what's up? What's up? It's your girl here, MJ's Nia. Welcome to the channel. So yes, we're gonna have to talk about Miss Shirley. She went viral for the good reasons and bad reasons. So how did this all start? Let's see how it all started. So there's a song called Boots in the Ground. And it's by 803 Fresh. Go look them up. I love the song. I love the dance. You can play this at, graduations, parties, family events, wedding receptions. It's a family friendly song, right? Love it. Love the dance. It became so popular. A lot of people became popular off of, like Miss Shirley, doing a little dance to it. And, this is Being Black is Lit. I'll put their name down or like a link down so you can go watch them. They give a little brief information on the song. Here's the little girl right here who went viral for the song. She's doing the dance. Miss Shirley. Everybody loved the boots on the ground. Even Beyonce, she performed it at her tour. Her, current tour right now. So the song is very popular. It goes some of the music videos. And it's currently #1 trending right now on YouTube. So congrats to him. Shout out to 803 Fresh. South Carolina's in the building. That is my state. Even though I don't live there, that's my state. I was born and raised in there. Shout out to my people there, okay? So big ups to him. I'm so happy. I'm so proud that this song is so popular. But unfortunately, it got some Miss Shirley. A lot of people have been talking about her to the point where now the mom is pissed because the CPS is involved. A lot of misinformation was going on around this little girl, and I understand what's going on, why people is concerned. But we're gonna play some of the videos from the people.
Your toddler is on only.
Excuse me. This video was sent to me by my friend, and she was trying to tell me that the girl had an OnlyFans account, an OF account. I didn't believe it. And I knew she didn't have one. But like I said, at the time frame, people were spreading misinformation. But I am going to play this video for you guys.
OnlyFans, but you're calling us haters? When I first saw Miss Shirley's video, the little toddler doing the boots on the ground dance with a little fan and popping her hip, I thought it was a harmless little cute video. She sees everyone else doing the line dance. She's of course going to copy it because that's what kids do. No harm in it. And the mother started doing bookings. People questioned that at first, but I saw JoJo Siwa. She made millions of dollars for doing bookings for kids' parties and kid events. So I'm like, okay, well, there's no hurt in that. No, her bookings are at nightclubs and bars. Even when she met the singer of the Boots on the Ground song, they met at a club. I don't know him from a can of paint, but I would never let a random grown man I've never met a day in my life pick up my toddler daughter. Then there's the meet and greets, y'all. Every single one of her meet and greets are just random strangers picking up that little girl and taking pictures. Mind you, there's not another child in sight. But to then go onto OnlyFans, now we know you can have an account without doing risque things. The thing about it is people can pay you to request certain videos. That is 1000% what that mother is doing. So to call us haters, we're just looking out for your daughter, shows us exactly the type of person you are.
I know y'all lying. I know y'all not pumping up this child. Why? I'm not calling nobody Miss Shirley who wears Huggies. That's not happening. And where is her father? And y'all talk about the men not saying nothing. They can't say nothing because when they say something about something like this, y'all jump down their throats. Get her off of social media. How is this helping us?
So my mama came and told me that Miss Shirley was on Jennifer Hudson's show, and she cut it off very quickly. But y'all that are coming to now try and justify why y'all call her Miss Shirley, no, it's still not cute. Nothing about this is cute. Nothing about this is cute. This is not cute. For y'all to sit up here and think that this is cute and then come on my page and try and justify why she's called Miss Shirley.
Miss Shirley, how did you get that name?
She don't even know how she got her name.
I just called me that name.
Oh, you called you that name. So nobody gave it to you?
No.
No? Mom, where'd she get the name from? When she was a baby, like, we was getting ready to get in the car one day, and she gave me attitude. She was crying. I was like, now, we're not going to act like this today.
So because she gave her mama attitude, she called her Miss Shirley and just kept sticking with it. That baby would have never known her name was Miss Shirley until she started becoming a stage prop for adult entertainment. There are no children that watch the Jennifer Hudson show. And honestly, I don't know why Jennifer Hudson would bring her. She does bring other children on her show. But again, it goes back to my original video. Why is a child entertaining adults? Nothing about Miss Shirley and her stage performances are cute. Her mother is taking her to adult events that adults don't even bring their children to.
What the hell going on with Lil Shirley? No, I ain't gonna call her Miss Shirley because she's a baby. She's a kid. She's a child. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you see my eyes? Probably not because of the shout. But what I'm saying is, the red dress video, what the fuck is that? Like, I want to know, what is the mama trying to do? Is the mama trying to pimp her out? Who's the mama? Why the mama at for Lil Shirley? Because this right here is getting ridiculous. I just seen a video with Lil Shirley in a red dress. Johnny Gill playing in the background. Y'all know the 80s, 90s, Johnny Gill. Playing in the background, talking about the red dress, put on your high heels. Here she is trying to put her foot in her mama high heels. And then she got the nerve to be trying to put on lipstick. I don't care if it's lip gloss, I don't care. Then put the little baby on the wig. Yeah, the little baby in the red grown folks dress with the wig on. Like, is the mama trying to pimp a dog? Like, what are you doing? You know how many weirdos out here? They're snatching kids' pictures and stuff and videos offline and ain't no telling what they doing to them. And you gonna continue to promote this for likes and views, your kid, your baby? Like, Lil Shirley got plenty of time to grow up and be a thought. She got plenty of time to do that. Because she already thoughting at the little bit of age. No disrespect to the little one. It's the mama fault because she allowing it. She allowing it. But she already at grown folk trail ride, popping fans, whatever they be doing. No. She need to be running around playing on the playground. Bullshit. That's what she need to be doing. Somebody need to wake up the mama. The mama need a wake-up call. The mama's mama ought to smack the shit out of her for letting her baby do that. Am I tripping? I mean, if I'm tripping, let me know I'm tripping, but my daughters would never.
I just seen this video and like at first I didn't really realize what people meant when they said she was grown, but this video, it shows every bit of grown, yes, literally. And it's like she being coached through it. Like, look at how she looking at her and then following her, and y'all got that little girl mouthing the lyrics and stuff. Like, no, she is not your friend. Y'all need to go sit that little girl down somewhere. Absolutely not. Unacceptable parenting. What the fuck?
As a mother myself, the way Miss Shirley's mother is throwing her to the wolves to all these grown-ass adults for them to touch her is really irritating me. There's no reasonable justification as to why that little girl keeps on being handed off to men for her to sit on their laps. Make it make sense. Not every person that comes in contact with your child gotta touch them. Why are you letting grown men put their hands on your little girl? Regardless if it's innocent or not, it's weird. And what's even weirder is the fact that Miss Shirley's mom had her do the my Johnny Gill challenge. Literally had her in the red dress and heels talking about some don't you look good tonight. She's 3. Or the fact that I just seen a video with Miss Shirley mom and Miss Shirley, and I'm tired of calling this little girl Miss Shirley. She's 3, like I said. I just seen a video of the mama and the minor toddler child doing the Glorilla challenge. And if you don't know which one I'm talking about one of the most inappropriate ones. Hair, face, ass, titties, that one. And the mama got the little girl doing all the motions and everything, and people in the comments are eating it up. Like, are y'all cool? Mama really got her doing all these grown ass dances and also talking like she grown too. Like, what are you trying to teach your daughter to be? The mama already has taught the little girl to call herself a bad girl. She be encouraging her to respond mad snarky to the hateful comments, and it's not even hateful. The comments are real. The comments are people that are genuinely concerned for the welfare of the child, even though the mama isn't. Because this diva that she's trying to raise her to be may be cute now, but it's not going to be cute in
12 years when that attitude sticks for real, for real. And all you grown-ass adults that spend money to go see that little girl dance are weirdos just like the mom. Y'all literally paying to go see a little girl's hip-hop. Like, shame on y'all for spending money on that, and shame on the mama for giving y'all the opportunity to do so.
This toddler needs our help. This situation is heartbreaking. Everybody needs to know about the Miss Shirley situation. So this toddler named Mariah is known as Miss Shirley on social media. Now, Missouri has gone viral and gotten a lot of attention on social media for doing dances. Some of these dances are very questionable, such as this dance done in a red dress that I assume was filmed by Miss Shirley's mother. Now, I won't share the dance here as it is very uncomfortable to watch. In the video, Miss Shirley is just dancing in a way that a toddler should not be dancing in. Now, in addition to these questionable dances, Miss Shirley is also getting booked at events to come and dance at. And at these events, it seems like they're adult-only events. So adults are booking a toddler to come and dance for them at an event. Now, as these events serve videos of just random men picking up Miss Shirley and acting like she's their child or something, they have no relation to her. She's not related to them. And they're picking her up as if they know her. And some of the dances that Miss Shirley does at these events are just not toddler appropriate. I really don't think that a toddler should be doing everything that Miss Shirley is currently doing.
Okay, so I keep seeing people saying Miss Shirley. I see people saying Shirley Temple, Miss Shirley. If you go further, it goes into Shirley Temple. I am gonna play like a clip off of TikTok and one off of YouTube. There is a lot of documentaries on Shirley Temple because I do see that name keep coming up when Miss Shirley comes up. But Miss Shirley hasn't, been treated like like Shirley Temple, but I can see why people are concerned about it. Okay, so people are saying, how do you know who she knows? She has a dad. No, because who say it's not one of them. So a lot of people are saying they don't know who's picking her up in the videos. It can be a family member, somebody who she knows that's close to the family. But there are other people saying that she's dancing inappropriately. The red dress thing, I did saw the video. I'm not playing that. I'm glad that the black man was covering her so you wouldn't see it. I felt uncomfortable looking at it, and I'm not gonna play that on here. That was a little there is some inappropriate videos with her. I saw it before she did the boots on the ground. So I do see where people concerns at. But calling the CPS on her, we have to know if the mom is mistreating her, is the mom abusing her. We don't know. We can't just assume that she's being mistreated at home because of the videos that her mom is putting out there. So let me play the video where the mom is upset that people have called CPS on them, and they also talk bad about that she had an OnlyFans account. She doesn't. So let me play the video for you guys about the mom.
Miserable mother to call DHS on me about my child that's well taken care of. Y'all are sick. I'm a mama before anything. I'm sick of you low life trying to discredit me as a mother. And to anybody, any elder that's on here, I apologize for my cursing. I apologize if you feel I'm being disrespectful, but I am tired. I'm tired. Y'all must really sat up there. I actually got a call from the police station today for me to come up to the police station because a miserable called DHS and told DHS and the police station all about time I got a OnlyFans. It's a mother fan page. It's not no OnlyFans. Y'all take this shit that y'all see on social media and run with it. Y'all for a miserable mother. Y'all are sick. I had to go to the police station today. They did an investigation asking me about the OnlyFans. Where people picking her up. Where do she only get booked at adult events? Y'all literally got a video going around talking about she only get booked at adult events, but kids in the background. Make it make sense to me. She got her OnlyFans. If you go to Miss Shirley Dance Universe, in parentheses, it had fans only. It's for her fans only. Not no fuck. What the look like? Put my baby on OnlyFans. I'm not even on there. What sense do that make? Make it make sense. Y'all so damn slow and damn. Y'all take anything y'all see on social media and run with it. Y'all are sick.
So here's the misinformation about the OF. So the Facebook profile people assume was an OnlyFans page. It's Shirley's Dance Universe OnlyFans page. Whew. Somebody said down here, the internet detectives are out in full force, and apparently reading is fundamental, has skipped a generation or two for some. So everyone clutching their pearls and screeching, well, searching or screeching that Miss Shirley's mom's starting an OF page for her. Maybe, just maybe, do a little something called research before you let your imaginations run wild. That screenshot clearly says Miss Shirley Dance University OnlyFans page, which is a Facebook group for fans. These are the events that they're talking about. I heard somebody say adult entertainment. The adult entertainment is corn. That's more about adult entertainment. Let's not say that. These are adult events, which I can see why people are a little worried about that. Like, where's the kids? She's only around entertaining adults because, like I have discussed this on this channel several times about protecting your kids online, even though you might seem like it's harmless, but there is perverts online watching them. Be careful about your children being around strangers and stuff like that. So I have made videos on that, where statistics have proven over and over and over again that there is pedos online looking at your children. So people over here said, and this is why I never believe that parents should try to profit off their children, because this is what you have to deal with when you put your child out there so young. I don't care, still exploiting that baby. She growing up too damn fast and you're encouraging it. Exploitation of child regardless. I keep hearing the word exploitation, and like I said, I keep seeing the word Shirley Temple come up. So let me play a quick video. Well, before I get into the Shirley Temple video, before I do that, I do want to play the people who talked about, there were some people who were taken up for Miss Shirley's mom, which is, I thought that was the mom, but Miss Shirley is the little girl. I didn't know that, but okay. But there were people who kind of were like taking up for her, but they were telling her that this was going to happen because you put your child online. I talked about this several times before in the past, that you need to be careful how you overshare your family to people online. They're gonna talk. So let me play some of these videos for you.
This video is for entertainment and awareness. I in no way, shape, or form condone bullying or harassment. Let's go. I wish no negativity on no party involved, but I knew the day would come where somebody would pick up the phone and make that call. Someone called CPS on Miss Shirley's mom for that OnlyFans accusation that was going around the internet. She cleared it up and said that it wasn't an OnlyFans, it was a fans only page on another website strictly for her fans. She said she was ordered to go down to the police station and answer some questions about Miss Shirley going to adult events and all type of stuff, man. She even said Miss Shirley at the age of 4 now got to go in for a forensics test. We all know what that means. Do your research. Calling child protective services on somebody is not cool, man. My grandma always told me you can lead a horse to that water, but you cannot make them drink it. Y'all trying to force this lady to drink water she obviously does not want. At the end of the day, you can say what you want to say, but that is her life. It's her life. And if this is how she chooses to raise her child, all you have to do is learn from it. Mothers, just know when you put your child on the internet, you are subject to this. I told the mother of my child is, don't put my child on the internet doing nothing that's not just a little picture or an accomplishment. Women have to realize it is other women out there who don't like you. You get what I'm saying? That's always an outcome. That's always an option for them to call CPS whenever they feel like it. It's an open line. Even the parents that don't do nothing wrong get CPS called on them just for having an argument with another female. Come on, man. As far as Miss Shirley and her mom go, everybody stop. Just stop. Let this lady do what she do. Let Miss Shirley be Miss Shirley. Let the water sit there. Just let the water sit there, man.
Somebody called CPS on Miss Shirley, and her mama had to go to the police station, and they had to question her mama, and she said in the live she was very upset, okay, and I'll be upset too. And she said that she had to go into a room and her baby had to be left outside. Now that stood out to me because I want to talk about this. I would have told the officers, let me call my mom, let me call my sister, let me call her auntie, let me call a friend to come up here to make sure that my baby is not scared to sit outside this room while y'all take me in a room to question me. Now, what I want y'all to understand, I watches things around the board. Now, think about this is what this child is going through at the age of 4 years old. That her mom is being taken into a room to get questioned, okay? And she's sitting outside by herself, you know, and her mom's in her room. She thinking she's in trouble. Imagine the scaredness that child was going through for those minutes that she had to sit outside their room. So I understand the mom is telling us what she went through, but I'm looking at it in a different way, like, why put this child through all this? This is what we sign up for. We open our life to the public thinking everything gonna be to the world. And we thinking everything gonna be peaches and cream. Everybody is not gonna be looking at it like that. When you have a child doing adult activities and around adult and drinking and women with shorts up there, do Daisy Dukes, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, it's just some things that people are not gonna agree with. And also smashing the gas, put on this red dress, slip on these high heels, whatever the case, that was putting gas on the fire. And that probably when people started calling CPS and the OnlyFans, she explained that wasn't what that was, and how my baby ain't got no OnlyFans. This is just for people that love her. She went on in the videos making some points and calling CPS, y'all. Sometimes we can use CPS in the wrong way. Okay, but I will have to talk about that in another video because this video is getting too long. Okay, so it's like we got to agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But I want Miss Shirley mama to know that this is what's going to come with it. So you going to have to go to God and take some different roles. Get some coloring books made. Put her on some children's shows. You know, stop letting people pick her up. That's another thing too. Get some t-shirts made. Make a video saying, I know y'all love Miss Shirley, but please, when you see her, don't ask to pick her up. Don't allow nobody to pick up your baby. And the list goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make another video because I need to talk about some other things, especially CPS. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed, J-Lo. What do y'all think about the live that her mama put out there? J-Lo.
So they're investigating for a reason. So this person here said that. And JLo Baby says, what's the reason, Ladybug, from people picking her up? I mean, we can't just call the CPS on just random things that we see online. You gotta have proof. You know, it has to be some type of harm being done to the child. Because that's what Miss Shirley's mom said, that people on internet, which I think is from TikTok, call CPS. And y'all do that a lot over there on TikTok. Y'all call CPS on any and everybody. There are some parents that do bring harm to their children, but is there any physical harm being done to this young girl? We have to know if things are actually physically, somebody's harming her. It has to be not just someone picking her up. And I think that's a little odd that y'all calling the CPS. Now that, like I say, that red dress video that the little girl did was very uncomfortable to watch. I paused it and went away because I saw a lot of people talking about it. That's why I said I'm not going to play that video, and it's very uncomfortable to watch. So I do agree. So let me go on to the next video.
Look, y'all got Miss Shirley mama mad. She high with y'all. She high. Who did it? Who did it? I knew somebody was going to do it, but who did it? No. It wasn't none of me. It wasn't none of me. I don't do that. I don't get it. I don't get that deep info business. I play around a little bit, but I don't get that deep info business. Y'all got Miss Shirley mama mad and she calling y'all all kind of MFs. But she say she handle her business the right way. Y'all know she don't handle her vocabulary the right way. No wonder why Miss Shirley... Miss Shirley mama hot. She said, y'all need to mind y'all business. Who called CPS on that lady? Who called CPS on Miss Shirley mama? Huh? Who did that? Who called CPS to talk about that baby life in danger? That the mama exploiting their child, that they concerned about that child well-being. Who did that? Which one of y'all did it? Get on here and tell me. Because Miss Shirley mama is ticked. And you better be a bigger wolf than she is to go up against her. Look, don't say nothing unless you ain't scared. Look, go find Miss Shirley mama video and listen to her. Baby, she is hot. She said, but you know the good can come with the bad after she cuss y'all out.
So it came across my FYP this morning that Lariah's mother was on here venting about that people had done precisely what me and other people have been telling her what was going to happen, which was that CPS got called on her. Now, I did a video a couple of weeks ago because I've had a plethora of people, because one of my videos concerning this situation has gotten to like 1.6 million views. So you can imagine the number of comments that I've gotten concerning it. So a lot of people were in my comments like, hey, have you contacted CPS? Why do it? And I did a video to address it. First of all, I let people know if you want to contact CPS, you do it. And I told y'all precisely why I was unwilling to do so, because I know what that opens up, not only for just Lariah, but Lariah's mother. And it's not that I cared about her mother getting in trouble. It was about what she talked about, how that they now have to examine her daughter. They got to sit down. They got to question her child about, very personal thing. But again, y'all, this is the position. You can't be mad at people. Well, you can, Lariah's mother, but you're misplacing all of that anger at the wrong person. If you want to be mad at somebody, pick up the mirror and look in it, or turn around and look at Lariah's sperm donor, and y'all get together and bang it out. Because the way I feel like y'all knew that this was coming. People were constantly in the comments under your post, letting you know that they were going to come. I don't know if you thought it was just a joke. I don't know if you thought that people, if they weren't directly involved in your life, had something to do with it. And even furthermore, this may be somebody that she may be just thinking is a hater, because people have been writing that. But it could be somebody sitting right in her face, smiling at her every single day and congratulating her about it. But on the inside, either feeling bad for that little girl because they know it's internally, they know that it's wrong, or the fact that they're just outright haters and they don't want to see the woman nor the little girl make any freaking money. Either way, I don't care. I'm just glad that it brought some attention to it. Now with CPS, like I told y'all, CPS are some of these people that deal in child pedophilia and things like that too. So it's not like I don't know what type of other kids she had. I don't know what type of mother she is. What I spoke on was what I see is that she is not protecting Lariah. Her video and her saying, that she don't have it. We seen the videos, lady. So her sitting up here lying and getting mad at us about what we've openly seen with our own eyes, her being in clubs, her being in spots where there are no more kids, that are visible. And even if there were kids there, people have kids in not kid-friendly places all the time. So it doesn't matter. Like I keep saying, there ain't no more kids there. It don't fucking matter if other kids were there or not. If there are violations being done and things, whether it be microaggressions, whether it be subtle behavior, whether it be picking up and touching a child or other children, whether it be you out there got your child gyrating a little toddler for the entertainment of adults, that in and of itself is wrong and is going to put her up under the scope. So Lariah's mama, don't sit up here and be getting mad at us and saying that it's people and outside haters and that we blown up. Whether this little girl continues to make this money off of this doggone attention she get, the point is that it's going to raise awareness for other kids. Like I told y'all, my videos ain't never just been about Lariah, aka Miss Shirley. My videos have always been and will always be for the promotion and to enlighten parents, the resistant ones, and y'all people that think that it's okay to sit up here and exploit children in this way and find no wrongdoings in it. I'm going to continue to speak on. Like I said, I feel sorry for Lariah having to go through these type of exams and things like this, but her mother put her in these positions, not us. Her mother put her in that position when she allowed her to continually, even though she had been warned and people had been trying to talk her down off of the pedophilic cliff, and she still wanted to keep going until she fell over. So my thing is, shrugs.
Not y'all calling CPS on Miss Shirley and her mama.
To call DHS on me about my child that's well taken care of. Y'all are sick.
Recently took to Facebook Live to clap back at haters who called DHS and CPS on her, claiming her daughter had an OnlyFans account.
And told DHS and the police station, I got a fucking OnlyFans. It's a fan page. It's not no OnlyFans. If you go to Miss Shirley Dance Universe, in parentheses, it had fans only. It's for her fans only.
Now, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with Miss Shirley, she is a little girl who's known for her line dancing, been garnering attention for the last few years, but she recently blew up after social users saw her do boots on the ground with the fam. In a recent Facebook Live, her mother went on to say how Shirley has to get a forensic test to prove that she is not being abused.
She gotta go in for a forensic investigation. They wanna know, have somebody touched her? Why the fuck my baby 4 years old gotta go through some shit like that?
They had to go into a precinct and she had to answer questions about Shirley and the events that she attends now that she's getting paid to show up. She claims CPS and DHS actually want to come to her home to take photos of where Miss Shirley lives.
Where people picking her up. Where do she only get booked at adult events? Y'all literally got a video going around talking about she only get booked at adult events, but kids in the background.
Now, you can tell that her mom was really irritated and hurt. She says that when they first got to the precinct, the police officers actually wanted to take photos with Miss Shirley, but they had to do their job.
Y'all know we got to the police, like you know the police wanted to do? Take pictures with Miss Shirley. They want to take pictures, but they had to do their job.
She said she was answering questions while Miss Shirley was sitting out in a chair by herself. Now, Miss Shirley's mom went on to say the woman or the person who called in the police call was actually from a whole nother state and doesn't live where they live. She said they also called in about random people picking up Miss Shirley, which her mom said is absolutely untrue. And she claims that they said that Shirley gets booked at adult-only events. Receipts they provided proof of literally had children in the background. Miss Shirley's mom is a little bit irritated because she said her daughter been popping on social media before Boots on the Ground, and she been waving a fan since before Boots on the Ground came out.
We was good before Boots on. She been wearing boots and she been clapping before Boots on the motherfucking ground.
But regardless, this entire situation is literally insane. I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. Let me know down in the comments, y'all. Peace.
There's more videos. If y'all want to see more videos on people voicing their opinions on TikTok, Miss Shirley drama, just type it in. It'll come up, honey. It'll come up. Now, I wanted you to know Miss Shirley Temple did, videos have came up looking at this. So this one caught my eye, and then I'm going to show another video on YouTube.
Shirley Temple was absolutely abused by Hollywood. These are some of the darkest things that happened to her. So at age 3, Shirley started dancing. And that's when she began to appear in things called baby burlesques, a title which is already just extremely disturbing. And Shirley Temple herself described these films as a cynical exploitation of our childish innocence that occasionally were racist or sexist. She also claimed that when she misbehaved on set at this young age, she was locked in a windowless sound booth and forced to sit on a block of ice. I mean, what? There was also a film role that she had when she was under 10 years old where she played a prostitute. And all you have to do is look at all of the clips and videos of these films that Shirley was in where she's kissing men, they're acting like they're in love with her. I mean, it's really disturbing stuff. When Shirley was 12 years old, she signed a contract with MGM Studios. And during her first visit to the studio, she met a producer named Arthur Freed. And according to Shirley, when she walked into his office for a private meeting, he unbuttoned his trousers. He then said, "I've got something here made especially for you." She then giggled nervously and the producer kicked her out of the office. This is a moment that she's talked about on shows like Larry King Live. Then, when Shirley was 17 years old, a producer tried to grape her. Apparently, the producer was David O. Selznick, an infamous old Hollywood guy. And one time when he was in private with her, he circled around a couch trying to get to her. She tried to evade him. He even locked the door, but Shirley eventually managed to escape before he could do anything to her. Keep in mind, she was still a minor at this time. She also talked many times about how producers and other people in Hollywood demanded that she sleep with them if she wanted to get a contract or be involved in a new production. And I'm sure that there were so many dark things that happened to her when she was younger that she never talked about, never wanted to bring up again, and things that have been forgotten with time. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. The Shirley Temple iceberg goes really, really deep. Just check out this clip of her speaking on Larry King Live.
I went to MGM for one picture, thank goodness only one. And when I got there with my mother, we were separated. She went into the office of Louis B. Mayer, and I went into the office of Arthur Freed. And he was going to talk to me about a movie he wanted to put me in. I'm 12 years old, you know. And I thought he was a producer, but instead he was an exhibitor. And I'd never seen anyone naked before, except myself. So I had no clue about what was happening. And so it struck me so funny, I laughed at him. And I laughed uproariously. I had tears, you know. And he got infuriated. And he said, out, 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 go. Did you tell your mother? Well, I was very quiet. I went down and met her in the lobby of the administration building. She came out very quietly from Louis B. Mayor's office, and we walked hand in hand silently to the car, which was unusual. We got in the car driving home. I said, Mom, you won't believe what happened to me. And I told her what happened, and she got kind of quiet. She said, well, you don't know what happened to me. And Louis B. Mayer wasn't as bad as Freed was to me.
You tried
but he came on to my mother. And so we both decided that we didn't like MGM much. It was, it was better at Fox.
Shirley.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up, you might say, oh, well, Miss Shirley Jones not getting treated. She's not. But did you hear what she said at the end? She said that it was her and her mom, and they decided to go somewhere else. A lot of parents don't understand that they're putting a child in danger. You have no clue who's going to harm your child. It might not be the parent. It might be somebody else who the child is working with in entertainment. I've actually talked about this on my channel. I have talked about children being mistreated. I actually talked about a mom who allowed their toddler to wax adults and show it online. I actually talked about Dan Snyder, Dark Side. You know, I even went further and talked about the Nickelodeon, how they were treating their kids. I even talked briefly about Nickelodeon in this video. I'll put a link down below. 7 years ago, I talked about Chris Brown going to jail for child endangerment because he shook a picture with his child with a exotic pet. Talked about that. I talked about Ryan's toy review, how the parents, how YouTube kids channel will be demonetized in the future because of videos like Ryan's toy review, how it's misleading kids. I talked about how DDG and Haley Bailey shows their son on child, how people be oversharing. You know, DDG creates an Instagram page for his newborn son. I talked about it here, how it's dangerous. I showed videos. I've been talking about this for quite a long time. I talked about DJ Envy gets dragged for sharing his daughter's dress. I talked about Resilient Jenkins yet again. I talked about protecting your kids. I gave statistics on what happens. I did my research on that, news articles on how this is it's not safe to show your kids online. I talk about this all the time. I also talk about TikTok challenges and TikTok predators, things like that online. Yeah, I need to make a playlist. Yeah, you know, parents, kids. Yeah, I actually did make a playlist. Parents, kids equal real conversation. I need to add some more videos on there. I'll put a link down below. You guys really need to see these videos, and y'all need to do your research on predators. They're online, and I think that's what people are more concerned about is predators, and and also about entertainment. About when your child gets out there entertainment. I've been talking about it for years about what go on, but I'm gonna play somebody else video who talks about Shirley Temple a little bit further. That was a brief one on TikTok, but let me show you another video, another YouTuber. Damn.
This story will probably...
Okay, so here it is. It's Karine Allure. I don't know how to pronounce biography. She did a very good job on. There's several videos online. I will have to not show the whole full screen because, child, there is something being shown in the corner. It looks inappropriate. Anyway, but she briefly talks about this video. I mean, about Shirley Temple. She did a good job breaking it down with the, I'll say, child endangerment, abuse, whatever you want, exploitation. This is what the danger of having your children around, because now this young girl, you know, she's being, you know, Miss Shirley, she's being seen now in entertainment, not just on social media. Now she's going to the entertainment side. So I just want her mom to beware of, you know, of perverts and pedos that's out here, because I've talked about so many times on this channel in so many different ways. It would be 2-hour long video if probably a 3-hour long video if I go back over it again. But I'm going to show half of this video to you guys, and you can go see the rest of it. I'll put a her name on the screen so the YouTube you can see. She does a lot of documentaries on, well, I say like biographies, like short mini documentaries on older like old celebrities, but old celebrity news. I'll say it like that. But let me play this video for you guys.
Enrage you. So this is your trigger warning because we are going to get into everything revolving the career of Shirley Temple, and it is very triggering, so don't say I didn't warn you. I will have to censor some of my words and things that I say for YouTube. Some of the clips made me uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable story, and Shirley Temple is just a very, very strong woman, all right? It's a shame that society was not really ready for the adult Shirley Temple. I mean, look at her. She was beautiful, right? She was sadly typecasted into childish roles for the remainder of her life, despite her child of Gertrude Temple, a homemaker, and George Temple, a bank employee. Shirley had two brothers, John and George Jr., and the family was a mix of Dutch, English, and German ancestry. The family later moved to Brentwood, Los Angeles, where Shirley spent most of her early childhood. From an early age, Shirley showed an exceptional talent for singing, dancing, and acting, and her mother Gertrude encouraged and nurtured her talents. When she was only 3 years old, Gertrude enrolled Shirley in Meglin's dance school in Los Angeles, hoping to turn her into a successful performer. It wasn't long before Shirley's adorable features, charming personality, and natural talent caught the eye of a casting director for educational pictures, Charles Lamont. Shirley's first break came in 1932 when she appeared in Baby Burlesque, a series of 10-minute comedy shorts that was a satire, of different shows, recent films, and events using preschool children in every role. By having children play highly mature roles, Baby Burlesque, it's all in the name anyways, aimed to parody current events in well-known movies. This might have come across as cute at the time to people that were watching. They didn't see the problem with it, but in modern times, you guys would be so disturbed. They had these little kids doing some bizarre things, okay, like even getting spanked by a grown man in a sensual manner, like laying across a grown man and he has a paddle and he's like, it's just weird. Take the parody Politics in Washington by Shirley Temple as an example. She wore a little bra and revealing little undergarment as a courtesan. She was playing a courtesan, okay, and she was 3 years old playing this role. Oh, so uncomfortable. Temple had to act like a sensual adult for her first work. She stops by a senator's office in one scene, and she's not only flaunting her hips and dripping in pearls, but she is also imitating adult passion by kissing the senator's lips and embracing him. The other little children, like Temple, had no real understanding of what they were doing. Like, it just was not their fault, okay?
Oh, hello. I'm Polly Tix. Boss Flip Eye sent me over to entertain you. Wait! I think you're the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. You're gorgeous. You're ravishing. Ah, but I'm expensive. Alas.
The Baby Burlesque, War Babies, which is another movie that was so disturbing, was another in which Shirley Temple starred at 3 years old. Temple had another improper character in this movie. She dances provocatively for the army men who are also portrayed by juvenile actors in an effort to catch their attention. Even worse, she says she's expensive and offers kisses in exchange for lollipops.
Absolutely no copy time. Hey, bartender! What is that, baby? No. Gee, what you think I I'm a baby.
And yet, in some strange way, even this wasn't the worst part. The directors also was cruel with the kids if they didn't perform to his liking. Charles Lamont, the director, would place a child who needed to be disciplined in a silent box. However, this wasn't just any box. It was a little box with an ice block inside. It was terrible, icy, and cramped place to be. Lamont threatened to punish them further if they ever came forward to tell their parents about him, and Temple was ignored when she attempted to try to tell her mother about this dark situation. It's crucial to keep in mind, though, that Shirley Temple's mother launched her career. She launched her daughter's career, right? Miss Temple aspired to live vicariously via the success of her daughter, and after all, Shirley was her mother's ticket to fame. And
So like I said, I'll put the the credit to the YouTubers so you can go see them for yourself. But did you hear what she said? Like other people have said about, Miss Shirley, that the mom is living vicariously through her. I've been hearing this a lot, like, a lot with, the uprising of social media. Now over the for I don't know for how long that these parents they show their kids online. And we already know what happens when parents show their kids online. We found out that there was a lot of inappropriate things were happening with children behind the scenes on YouTube. I don't think this mother is doing nothing particular harmful to their child, but she doesn't realize what she's doing. She is putting her child out there, exploiting them to other predators. And this is what happened with Shirley Temple and other social media children as well. We can't just, put a blind eye to this, but to be to go as far as
Amazing what technology can do these days, isn't it? All you need are a couple of pictures, like the ones you share on social media, where they can be taken and used by everybody. What you share online is like a digital footprint that will follow me around for the rest of my life. I'm telling you this because I know you love me and would never do anything to harm me. So please, Mom, please, Dad, protect my virtual privacy.
That chilling message from a German telecommunications giant is making the rounds on social media. It's an important message about the potential consequences of sharing your child's image and other personal information online. To talk more about that, we are joined by Leah Plunkett, a lawyer and author of Sharenthood, Why We Should Think Before We Talk About Our Kids Online. Leah, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Why is this topic so important to you?
This topic is so important to me because I am a lawyer and I'm also a parent. And so I came to this topic in order to try to figure out practical, ethical ways to share or not share information about my own children digitally. And then as I looked further into that important conversation, I broadened out the conversation to include all the other parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, coaches, and other trusted adults who have to steward our children's privacy.
All right, and as we saw in that video there, that was just a short snippet of it, but it really goes on to show that an image can be used and altered to create so-called deep fakes, and those could go on to haunt children for years on end, far into the future. What would you say to parents about posting their images online? Is it a complete no-go, or what should you be mindful of?
I would encourage parents to be mindful of how to be a smarter sharent. So sharent being a combination of the words, of course, share and parent. I would say avoid any pictures of your child in any state of undress, even if it is a totally innocent day at the beach picture. Avoid posting any information that fully identifies your child by name, date of birth, or location. Ideally, don't post pictures of your children on social media. Instead, look for other ways to share exciting moments with trusted family, friends, and others in your communities that don't involve social media posts?
Interesting. Yeah, it certainly, I think, has a lot of parents thinking, myself included. I have young ones. I have shared some images online, but you know what? I'm really thinking twice about whether I will even continue to do that. Are there any ways to, you know, if you do decide to pull down those images, are they still out there forever? Is there anything, any actions that we can take as parents to better protect our kids online?
To better protect our kids online, as you said, going and pulling down images that you've posted is a really important first step. You're absolutely right that once an image gets out there digitally, it is hard to completely and totally recall it. Think even about the actions that individuals can take, let alone AI or other machines. People can download images, they can do screenshots, they can hold on to them. But I would say a really good first step is, if you've already posted, go ahead and take those pictures down and don't post future ones. You can also make sure that anything that you need to communicate in the future is done through a more secure channel, like a secure messaging app. You can also model good digital citizenship practices for your children in ways that are age appropriate and developmentally appropriate for them, such as asking for their consent or at least their input before you ever share anything about them digitally that you're not required to share. I don't mean that parents should stop using digital medical records, for instance, or digital educational records, but in terms of the social sharing, involve your children and model for them that once a picture leaves the privacy and goes into a digital setting, then it can be used and reused and repurposed in countless ways now and in the future by people and institutions that you may not even know.
And a really important conversation for all of us to be having. Leah, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your perspective.
Accounts connected to a conversation with Libby the day before the girls were killed. We want to add that man has not been charged or named a person of interest in this case, but this is a topic that needs talked about. Predators have been known to use the internet to catfish, groom, and prey upon underage victims. In this month's Kids First on Fox, we're going to talk about ways parents can keep their children safe online. And with me now, as usual, is CEO of Life Smart Youth, Tammy Carter.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here once again. Okay, so as of this morning, FBI data shows more than 500,000 predators.
Yeah, startling, isn't it? Yeah, and parents have to be vigilant to really combat this. It's a big problem.
I didn't realize until reading this this morning that there was actually a number of how many predators were likely online. This kind of seems like one of those problems that's so overwhelming you think, can it be fixed?
Fortunately, it can. There are some things that we can do as parents to truly protect our families, and not just our kids, but our families, because our kids' exposure becomes the family's exposure.
Gosh, yeah, true. Okay, so you have 3 points, right? First one, educate.
Educate. So the first goal of a predator is to build this bond with your kids and to isolate them. And they do that through a series of questions. They want to know, can anyone see your screen? What is your relationship like with your parents? Does your parents have access to your accounts? And all of that.
That just makes me sick to even hear that.
Yeah. So they want to know, you know, they want to build this close relationship. I have this issue with my parents too. And then the next goal is to get them from online to an in-person meeting. And kids need to know to look out for those things. Those are red flags that kids can be educated about.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Second one was trust.
Trust.
Okay.
So when we as parents build great and trusting relationships with our kids, they tell us the things that are happening. They tell us about new friends, where they're meeting them, whether they're in person or online, and that's where it starts. If there are these secret, covert things happening, that's when parents get disconnected and bad things can really happen.
And then we have apps. At first I thought this was going to be apps that the kids would be on that were safer, but it's apps for parents.
No, these are apps for parents. So there are 2 that we recommend. One is called Screen Time, and this is one that for any age kid, right? But it allows you as the parent to have some backdoor access to monitor when your kid is online and when they're not, turn things off and turn them on, and to also have some visibility to what they're watching. The second one is my absolute favorite, and it's It's Net Nanny. So it really allows you to not only monitor screen time, but to block dangerous things before your kid ever has a chance to see it. And Net Nanny also has a family feed. So if your kid is searching on anything that's dangerous, it could be suicide, it could be drug use, it could be how to harm someone else, it's going to send a trigger to the parent's phone that'll allow you to turn that off. And that's an awesome app that I think every parent should have on their phone.
I had never heard of both of those.
Net Nanny and screen time.
Anything else you think is important to add?
The thing is, it's all about protecting our kids. And the more we are vigilant about it, don't take this for granted. 30% of the parents allow their kids to have access to the internet and phones with no restrictions. Danger, danger, danger. Parents watch. Keep an eye out for what's happening.
Things pop up you
Absolutely.
don't expect.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lindy. Happy to be here.
Very important topic, and we have a lot more information on our website if you'd like more. Just go to fox59.com/link.
In just a few minutes, you can log on to woodtv.com for a live web chat about online safety for kids. Target 8 recently exposed that predators are trying to prey on kids through a texting app called Kik. I'm here in the newsroom right now with Target 8 Susan Samples. You've been investigating that app, and it's catching on with kids in West Michigan. That's the worrisome part.
Right, and Kik isn't for kids. It's actually rated age 17 plus, and it's hard for parents to monitor. So, beyond keeping your kids offline entirely, what is a parent to do? Well, we invited a couple experts to answer your questions online at woodtv.com. That chat starts at 6, it lasts until 7. But I also invited the experts to evaluate my 12-year-old son's setup at my house. Our two digital safety consultants.
So let's go and log in.
It's loading.
Checked out my son's iPhone.
Here, Safari is the very top one.
And the desktop computer in his bedroom.
How would you describe the security I have on my son's devices now?
They came to the same conclusion.
Terrible?
I would be very uncomfortable.
Thumbs down, they say, on the ways I track my 12-year-old son's internet use. I insist on knowing all my son's passwords, often read his texts, check his browser's history, and tell him never to post personal info, send pictures to strangers, or pick a fight online. Still,
on your son's phone right now, there are no restrictions enabled around browsing on the internet. So if I were to click Safari, which is the default web browser that comes on all Apple devices, whether they're a tablet or a smartphone, he could type in any word he wants and look at anything he wants.
And did you say he has all of his devices here in his bedroom?
I don't believe there should be any internet access in bedrooms, particularly after a certain time of night.
Am I fulfilling my parental responsibility right now?
Not close yet.
to get me closer.
Net Nanny.
Mike Nicholas, an associate professor in computer information systems at Davenport University, helped me install Net Nanny on my son's PC, which took less than a half hour. Net Nanny, of course, replaces the web browser and blocks pretty much everything you tell it to.
What do we want to block? We're going to block gambling, provocative topics, alcohol. How do you feel about lingerie and swimsuits?
Block. An easy place to start is controlling what your son is doing on the internet.
Chris McKenna is a youth pastor at Cornerstone Church who's made it a mission to stay on top of the newest apps our kids are using and the best parental control software. He took about 10 minutes to set up and install a web browser called Mobicip on my son's iPhone.
What I find most useful about it, because filters are a dime a dozen, is how well it filters out inappropriate content at YouTube.
The experts say there's no question filtering YouTube content is a challenge for most parental control software.
So as it stands right now, my son could not watch any YouTube videos that has any profanity in them.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see.
What the is that noise? Holy
fail.
What?
What the oh my God, my ears. It's so loud.
Why can we hear that? I thought you blocked that.
YouTube's a tough one. I'll just admit it's a tough one because they can name a video something and it's about something totally different.
But what both Mobicip and Net Nanny allow a parent to do, log in on their own device and track what their kids are doing online, how much time they're spending, what websites they're visiting or trying to visit. Still, with new apps popping up every day, it's tough for parents to keep up.
So that's been my experience, is they're just intimidated and overwhelmed and don't have the time.
But I don't want to make it sound like it's just you, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of parents out there in the same boat that probably don't know quite where to start.
You might have noticed in one of those shots of my kid's phone, he actually had the Kick app on there. He used to have it. He used to use it to keep in touch with his friends. We have since deleted that app since Target 8 found out that predators are trying to use it to text our kids. If you have questions about your own child's online safety, what software to use, how to figure it out, where to start, you can log on to woodtv.com starting at 6 o'clock and join our online live web chat with Chris McKenna. He's going to answer all of your questions. That's from 6 to 7 o'clock. So join the conversation.
Yeah, this is incredibly valuable information because, like you said in your story, it's difficult to stay on top of it because it can be so overwhelming for parents.
That's right, and we have experts who want to help you do that, to keep track of it.
Okay, Susan, thank you. Brian?
To go as far as called the CPS on this lady, I don't know if I would have did all of that. To go as far and lie and say this lady had an OF page for the daughter, no, I wouldn't did all that. But I do think that parents need to be careful. I've been talking about this for a long time on this channel. I gave y'all receipts in the past about different articles on what happens with children who are online, who is viewing this stuff, who other predators who are looking at it. There's pedos looking at it. There's a lot of inappropriate things happen with children online. We have discussed children, family channels, family vlogs. They have been exposed. So I just hope that the mom, I hope she is protecting her daughter from pedos, because look what happened with Shirley Temple. Bad things were happening to her, and her mom didn't believe it. So I hope that if somebody tries to touch her daughter inappropriately, she believes her daughter if they do anything to her. I gotta be careful with my words. If you hear me talking weird, it's because YouTube have restricted some of my videos because of certain words and terms I can't say. But we do have to protect the children. I'm not gonna call CPS. Like the one woman said, I'm not gonna call CPS on this woman, but there were people warning her, say, hey, be careful how you put your daughter online, because people are going to, they're gonna call CPS. I done told y'all several times on this channel. Like I said, I'm gonna put the links to those videos down below. I have put news articles. I don't know if I'm gonna show one here where they talk about when you show your child online. There's statistics proving this. Pedos are watching. They're watching your daughter. They're watching your son. They're watching your children online. This is why our videos now is protected, because children were getting misled by advertisement. If y'all don't know, I have to put my videos are not for kids, because if I do, then my channel will be I have to turn everything into a kid friendly for the channel. So I have to actually click on my YouTube channel that this channel is not for kids because of this. Y'all don't understand. YouTube have actually gotten sued and lost and had to pay billions and billions of dollars. I think it's millions, but I think it's billions. And then YouTube is still getting sued. And I don't know if you guys know this. I've talked about this in the past. Social media like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, other platforms too have gotten sued by parents and won. So this is serious. This is not something just be like, oh, I get she's upset, the CPS, and this is, I understand what she's going. I don't understand, but I don't know what she's going through. But that could be very hard to go to CPS, have to deal with CPS. But there is a reason why some people are calling, because a lot of inappropriate things are happening to children online. They are. But let me know what y'all think down below. This is messy. I don't know how long this video gonna be, but this is really messy. Yeah. Let me know what you think down below in the comment area. But astronauts, see y'all later. Peace.
Fendi and Adana, Karen, they be sharing all their money, got me wearing fly. Girl, but I ain't asking. They say they love my ass and 7 G's to religion. I say no, but they keep giving, so I keep on taking. And no, I ain't demonstrating. I keep on demonstrating my love, my love, my love, my love. You love my lady lumps, my hump, my hump, my hump. My humps, they got you. Got you, they got you. They got you, got you, they got you.